Behind the barbed wire, where hope goes to die, lived Captain James with fire in his eye. 300 days in this hellish place, starvation carved lines upon his face, but tonight would bring the plan they'd made, through months of suffering, fear, and trade. The tunnels stretched beneath the ground, where freedom's call made not a sound. He remembered home, his wife's sweet smile, before this war stole every mile. The guards grew lazy in the night, thinking prisoners lost their fight. But James and 12 brave souls had planned to break these chains with their own hands. The signal came at 2:30, a whistle soft that only few would recognize among the wind. The sound that meant their fight begins. Hearts pounding like a thunderstorm, they crawled through mud both cold and warm. Each inch they moved toward the fence brought closer freedom's consequence. The searchlight swept across the yard, missing them by just a yard. James felt the earth beneath his chest, knowing this might be their test. For those who died within these walls, their memory through darkness calls. The tunnel's end approached ahead, where life or death would soon be spread. But what James saw when breaking through would shake his faith and courage too. The ground above was full of mines, placed there in perfect, deadly lines. One wrong step would end them all. Their freedom dream would surely fall. Yet staying meant a slower death, while forward meant their final breath. What would you do when hope seems lost, and freedom comes at such a cost? James closed his eyes and said a prayer for all the souls who brought him there. He studied patterns in the ground where death traps could be found. "Follow my steps," he whispered low, "exactly where I choose to go." The first step took an hour's time, as sweat and fear began to climb. 12 men behind him held their breath. One mistake would bring them death. He thought of training long ago, when instructors taught him what to know about landmines and their design, and how to spot each deadly sign. The third step proved his theory right. They could escape into the night. But then a voice cut through the dark, a German guard's suspicious bark. All 13 men lay still as stone, each feeling desperately alone. The flashlight beam swept left and right, searching through the moonless night. James raised his hand, a signal clear. Stay down until the coast is clear. Minutes passed like hours long, while they lay there scared but strong. The guard moved on, his footsteps fade, but still they waited, not afraid. James knew that rushing meant their end. On timing they must all depend. When silence settled on the camp, they moved again through earth so damp. Through mud and wire, through pain and fear, they crawled toward freedom, drawing near. Each man thought of home that night, of families beyond their sight. No one spoke of turning back. They'd come too far on this dark crack. The fence appeared through morning mist. Their chance for freedom couldn't be missed. But James could see what others couldn't, a trap that freedom lovers shouldn't. Machine gun nests on either side, where enemy soldiers tried to hide. Their tunnel led right to a kill zone, where they die cold and alone. James felt the weight of 12 men's trust. Their dreams of freedom turned to dust. He could lead them to their death or find another way to test their faith. "There's another way," he said with care, "but it means longer we must dare. Back through the tunnel we must go, find another path below." Though tired, hungry, and afraid, they followed where their captain led. Through darkness thick as blackest night, they crawled without a hint of light. Their hands were bleeding, knees were raw, but still they followed freedom's law. When bodies failed, their spirits soared. They'd rather die than live ignored. James found a passage to the right that led away from enemy sight. This tunnel headed toward the woods where freedom waited as it should. They broke the surface near some trees, away from guards and enemies. The first taste of freedom filled every lung. They felt alive, forever young. Some men wept with pure relief, their joy beyond all belief. But James knew they weren't safe yet. The hardest part they'd barely met. Through enemy territory they must pass, through field and stream and mountain grass. "We stay together," James declared. "Our survival must be shared." Into the night they disappeared, facing everything they feared. Reflection on sacrifice of those who died within that camp. Their memory lit their freedom's lamp. Brotherhood forged, 13 men became as one, their battle far from being done. Moral of survival: sometimes the greatest victory won is simply seeing morning sun. Philosophical end: in darkest hours when hope seems lost, remember freedom's worthy cost. Final wisdom: the human spirit can't be caged when courage and hope are properly staged. Lasting message: though bars may hold the body tight, they cannot chain the soul's pure light. Epic conclusion: Captain James and his brave band found freedom in that foreign land. Heroic legacy: their story echoes through the years of conquered doubts and conquered fears. Ultimate triumph: for those who never lose their faith will find that freedom is their grace.